Nygaard, the net week 12, and coming off 4 wins in a row now. You took out Sacred Heart last night in 5 sets. But I want to talk about some of the younger players here on the team because only 7 of your 22 players are upperclassmen. I did the math. So we're good. Yeah. But a lot of the younger guys have stepped up, and we saw it against Sacred Heart. Lucas Lasone and Matt Farimo got his second start against Sacred Heart. But how do you see the growth of these young players as the season's gone on?
You always look and try to have barometers of where guys are at, where their maturation process is, what's their acclimatization towards going from high school to the next level. And you'll give them feedback, you'll give them drills, you give them challenges, but you don't really see the ultimate fruition of all that until they're live in a match and you get to see how they react and respond. Do they execute at a high level? Do they take some guidance? You've got to work it in different scenarios. So a guy like our setter, Matt Farimo, went out there and in the middle of the game, we had some things that just weren't clicking, weren't firing. We weren't connecting to our outsides the way that we know that we should. And so we had to adjust a few things of the game plan, and he had to augment his way of going about it, which he did it and he executed, which was fantastic. And then we were able to sneak out that game 3 and go into game 4, and then in game 5 we had a nice little comeback there, and I thought Matt did a great job for us.
So were those adjustments part of the reason? I mean, you look at those first 2 sets, the hitting percentage was really low, and then sets 3 and 4 just skyrocketed.
Well, it's been one of those conversations that's happened from the beginning to where we are now, which is this is what we think we need to do with your game in order for you to get to the next level. This is what we need to do to augment your ability to run our system. All these little layers that just keep building up. And yesterday was the first breakthrough, so to speak, for Matt as a setter running the team in a game situation. So I thought he did a great job for us. I'm proud of the work that he's done, and he showed me that his progression going towards the playoffs is he's a guy that we can rely on if we need him.
Well, the non-conference portion of the schedule is starting to round out. UCLA is coming up on March 29th, and that's where the playoff push really starts. How are you feeling about this team and the progress they've made over the last few weeks?
Well, I love the fact that we're on a 4-game winning streak going into we have 4 games left in conference, where right now we're sitting 5-9. Now, looking at the whole field, there's 3 teams that have already locked in their playoff picture. They're going to be in the playoffs no matter what they do. Where they're going to be still has to shake out a little bit. But for us, we're in that pack in the hunt of 5 teams looking to round out the 6, 7, 8 seed. So UCLA, Santa Barbara, Cal Baptist. So we've already started shaping quite a few things that we want to do, earmarked for those 4 competitions so that we're peaking at the end, playing some good volleyball, hopefully good sustained amount of volleyball, and trying to be mentally and physically healthy all at the same time.
Well, you have Concordia coming up Friday, and then Saturday is the alumni match. But I know we've talked about this in the past, but how fun is it for you to have some of those alumni back and participate in something like that?
We have all these great reminders in our locker room of the people that have come before us, where you walk into our locker room and it's just an homage to USC men's volleyball. All of a sudden, that person pops off the wall and is standing there right next to you. You get to have that live interaction, which is you can't replace it, nor can you duplicate it. So you get to see these guys that have been there and done it, and then they come in and they want to compete and have fun and just play volleyball. So it's a great community to be a part of. It's great to have those guys back. It's great to stay in touch with them. It's great to get them involved as much as we can as we're trying to shift our culture back to being a successful program.
Well, that's Concordia coming up Friday at 7 p.m. That's at the Galen Center Pavilion. And the alumni match Saturday, and that rounds out the week. And that's week 12 of Nygaard the Net.
Fight on.
Fight on.